Welcome back to Top 5. Ridgeview Youth Services, Colorado. Ridgeview Youth Services Center in Colorado has been known to house troubled youth, often for nonviolent offenses. However, the treatment of these children has drawn criticism for its harsh disciplinary methods. The facility can hold up to 70 kids, and reports of verbal and emotional abuse are not uncommon among former residents. Children often describe the atmosphere as oppressive, with staff treating them with a lack of empathy. One incident that stands out occurred in 2018 when a middle school boy was improperly restrained for a minor infraction. Witnesses reported that he was pinned to the floor for an extended period, leading to a panic attack. This incident highlighted not just the physical approach taken by the staff but also raised concerns about how children can be treated like animals when they are seen merely as numbers rather than individuals needing guidance and support. 9. Zion Youth Center, Illinois. Zion Youth Center in Illinois is another facility that has received its share of negative attention. With a maximum capacity of 100 youth, the center has faced criticism for overcrowding and inadequate mental health resources. A notable incident occurred in early 2019 when a group of boys staged a protest against their treatment, feeling they were treated less like humans and more like caged animals. The staff's reaction was swift and brutal. They utilized pepper spray, causing chaos, injuries, and deepening distrust among the residents. Many younger inmates, traumatized from the altercation, reported struggling with feelings of fear and inadequacy, knocking their mental health backward. The lack of proper oversight at the center showcases the dangers inherent in institutions meant to rehabilitate rather than punish. 8. New Beginnings Youth Development Center, Louisiana. Located in Faraday, Louisiana, the New Beginnings Youth Development Center can detain up to 80 youth at a time. This facility has garnered a reputation for severe disciplinary methods, often employing isolation as punishment. In 2020, 2 boys were involved in an altercation that resulted in both being placed in solitary confinement. While in isolation, the children faced harsh conditions, with limited access to sunlight or social interaction. Reports emerged that one boy, suffering from untreated anxiety, sustained self-inflicted injuries in confinement. This alarming outcome drew attention to how the facility's practices can mirror animal cruelty, focusing more on containment than rehabilitation. The lack of proper mental health resources made the potential for trauma far worse than the crimes these children committed. 7. Ocean View Youth Center, California. In California, the Ocean View Youth Center has a capacity of 60 children, but its approach to discipline has raised eyebrows. Many residents report feeling dehumanized by the staff, who often use coercive tactics rather than constructive counseling. A particularly damaging incident unraveled in 2017, when a teenager became distressed during a group therapy session. Instead of providing support, staff members restrained him physically, causing significant distress not only for the boy but for others in the group. Reports surfaced that several children in the therapy session began to develop trust issues and exhibited severe anxiety thereafter. The center's culture, which held children to extremely high expectations without adequate emotional support, led to an environment where the treatment resembled more of a zoo than a center aimed at rehabilitation. 6. Manson Youth Institution, Connecticut. Manson Youth Institution has been a controversial facility in Connecticut with a capacity of around 300. The perception of the facility as a place of punishment rather than rehabilitation has created a dangerous atmosphere for the youth housed there. In 2018, a boy with a history of trauma was subjected to aggressive verbal attacks by staff during a minor behavioral incident. This escalation led to a breakdown in communication, resulting in the boy lashing out in fear and anger. Following the incident, he was placed in isolation without support, causing significant emotional distress. The institution's neglectful approach to addressing the mental health needs of children exposed them to deeply dangerous situations where they felt treated as animals rather than as individuals worthy of care. 5. Crossroads Juvenile Center, New York. Crossroads Juvenile Center in New York City holds approximately 90 youth, and has garnered extensive media attention over cases of excessive force and neglect. The facility often finds itself in the spotlight for dehumanizing treatment methods aimed at controlling behavior rather than encouraging positive change. A chilling event occurred in early 2019, when a teenager was placed in restraints and dragged across the floor for refusing to comply with staff orders. The scene shocked onlookers and resulted in a significant backlash from child advocacy groups that underscored how such encounters leave lasting scars on children who are just beginning to navigate their lives. This facility often mirrors the conditions of a prison rather than an establishment focused on rehabilitation. 4. Thomas J. Maguire Jr. Youth Center, New Jersey. The Thomas J. Maguire Jr. Youth Center can detain around 150 youth and has faced numerous allegations of staff misconduct and negligence. Many former residents describe their experiences as dehumanizing, with staff frequently using aggressive techniques to assert authority rather than build trust. One harrowing incident took place in 2019. A young girl repeatedly reported feeling unsafe due to bullying from other inmates. Instead of intervening, staff chastised her, blaming her for the situation and ultimately placing her in solitary for her distracted behavior. Her emotional and physical health significantly deteriorated during her confinement, demonstrating how systemic neglect and punitive measures create dangerous environments that do not foster safety or accountability. 3. Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall, California. Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall, located in Downey, California, can accommodate up to 200 youth and has a chilling reputation for mistreatment of its residents. Reports indicate that young inmates often describe staff as harsh and punitive, leading to a culture of fear within the facility. In 2016, a particularly alarming event unfolded when a fight broke out among residents. Instead of employing de-escalation techniques, staff members intervened violently, leading to several injuries and traumatizing experiences for many kids involved. The aftermath left many children shaken, as rumors spread of abusive practices behind locked doors. The environment bred hostility and distrust, fostering a sense of hopelessness among youth who felt more like caged animals than long-term rehabilitation candidates. 2. Squl Youth and Family Services, Mississippi. Squl Youth and Family Services offers a chilling look into the treatment of youth in care. Located in Mississippi and able to hold around 120 children, this facility has faced multiple allegations of sexual abuse, violence, and neglect. In 2021, a whistleblower report revealed that a group of residents had been subjected to sexual harassment by staff, resulting in severe psychological trauma. The revelation sent shockwaves through the community, illuminating how the facility's culture of power and control led to horrifying experiences that left children feeling unsafe and helpless. Events like these significantly heighten the risk of permanent emotional damage, transforming the once promised rehabilitation into a nightmare that mirrors the worst conditions of animal captivity. 1. Florida's Department of Juvenile Justice Facilities. Among juvenile facilities, Florida's Department of Juvenile Justice has become notorious for its extreme measures and poor conditions. With various centers numbering up to 700 youth in total capacity, these facilities face allegations of systemic abuses, including physical assault and extensive isolation practices. One particularly egregious incident arose in 2020, where a girl was severely beaten by staff for attempts to self-harm. This response not only failed to address her mental health needs but also demonstrated a complete disregard for her well-being. As a direct consequence, she and her peers formed a bond over shared trauma, creating a culture of mistrust and fear. The line between incarceration and a prison-like existence blurred, as young people within these systems were treated like animals rather than children in need of help and understanding.